Hey everybody, welcome to Meanwhile Studying with Paximus. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Whether it's the morning, afternoon, or evening, I just want to welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that like button and we're going to get started. We're going to do two 50-minute Pomodoros today. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to go ahead and be back live streaming at 5 in the morning, which I gotta be honest, waking up early lately has been less of a chore, and it's been more enjoyable because I've been able to, get quite a few things done. Now, what the hard part is to study at night because I've been doing it early in the morning, which I've been feeling much more energized in the morning. It's just now I'm having to sustain up until at least 9 o'clock before I crash, So anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Hey, Scooby Life, thank you so much for hanging out. And let me know in the chat what you guys are going to be working on today. I'd love to connect with you. If you're brand new and you're just kind of stumbling in, I'd love to connect with you. No pressure or anything, but I just like to say hello. I can already see that we have a person in the Forest app, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to probably start off with just some ambient, background noise. But in the second session, if you guys want me to switch it up, let me know, and I'll do that. Oh, hey, Jen. How's it going? Oh, wait, is that you? Yeah, you're in the Forest app. That's cool. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and just go straight into 50 minutes. And again, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Camden. How's it going? It's good to see you. How are you enjoying that t-shirt? You were mentioning that it's pretty comfortable, so I'm really glad to hear that. Don't forget, guys, that later tonight I'm actually going to be posting some stories on Instagram. I haven't done that for a while, actually. Oh, you're wearing it right now. Nice. Good man. You know what? You're a good guy. I don't care what they say about you. I'm just joking. No, but seriously. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to be posting a couple of stories on Instagram tonight just because I noticed that there were a few people who were like, hey, are you still doing that thing? Are you doing that, December 31st live stream? I'm like, oh, yeah. I just figured I would kind of save up all the video clips and then post it all at one time instead of posting it every night, because that was actually that's a lot of work. Being on Instagram and just even posting things online, sometimes it becomes a chore, and I was not enjoying that process. So I figured I would just save all the videos, put them together for one night, and just kind of release it. So, and then later tomorrow night, I will be live streaming as well. So in the morning and at night. And at nighttime, I'll be able to kind of show you guys all the video clips that I've made up until that point. So anyways, Scoob, you love your long Java t-shirt. Very cool. Thanks, guys, for supporting that stuff. I appreciate it. And thanks for your support. Let's go ahead and go into 50 minutes of uninterrupted study time here on Meanwhile Studying with Paximus. And don't forget to hit the like button. And here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back. We just did a 50-minute Pomodoro. Let me know in the chat how you did, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Let me know how you did in the last 50 minutes, and I'm going to actually play some background music for us, if you don't mind. Just during the break, you know. There we go. Hey Debs, how's it going? I'm trying to work harder for the giveaway to count. No. That giveaway is yours fair and square. So, here's the other thing. If, because I haven't announced a winner yet for the giveaway, for the last giveaway that I was going to do, and that'll be tomorrow. So whoever ends up having the most points will get a giveaway. Then again, the person who has the most hours may also, because it might differ, might also get a giveaway. Oh, did I say that out loud? Good times. I mean, it's one and the same, probably. I mean, if we're... At least I think it would be. Oh. Nope. Not that one. There we go. Okay. So let's see. let's take a look at the replay. Making progress. Good, Scooby. I think that's awesome. Magic and Fozzie Bear Show. I love that. Sorry, Deb's just catching up on the chat now. Oh, look at that. Scoobs is in the lead with the most hours, actually. And then for the most points, it's also Scooby. See? It's kind of the same. Oh man, Linus, you're hilarious. You are so lazy right now, dude. But then actually, you're more chill. You're not lazy. You're just chill. And that's what I appreciate about you, Linus. You're such a good dog. Oh, hey, Lucas. How's it going? Hey, Beza. How's it going? I'm good. I'm really good. Just working on some more credentialing stuff. I feel like that's never going to stop. Especially in what's happening around here. Like all the testing centers are down right now, so I'm going to be like studying for quite some time in preparation for those tests until those test centers actually start opening up again. How are you, Beza? Oh, and Axe was here earlier. I call him Axe, but because I can't pronounce the entirety of the word. No, you never resist a latte. You always go for the second. Oh, sorry. I forgot to actually put that info up, so that's my fault. No. So we're doing just 2 sessions tonight. Yeah, make it your early wake up treat. You're fine, just a little stressed. Well, what are you stressed about, Beza? Or what are you working on specifically? Ooh, screen's glitchy again. I think it's a mixture of my Wi-Fi connection and the actual software program that I'm running. It has the audacity to be glitchy while I'm live streaming. Can you believe that? Lame. Yeah. Only 2 sessions. Yeah. Preparing for a big exam. My goal is to study medicine, so I'm stressed. You know, Beza, it's funny. And I really do mean ironic, really, because I mean, I was talking about that earlier today when I was live streaming this morning. And I find it very interesting the amount of work, because it is a lot of work to go into medicine, you know. I mean, we're talking about a profession in which people's lives depend on you. So that's not easy, you know, at all. Mentally, physically, emotionally, everything, right? I just find it really interesting about the study habits. Now, this is not every single person, but there are so many people, I think, that are part of like the study with me community, if you know, you want to kind of call it that, who unfortunately don't know how to study in a healthy way. And we're talking about, like, you know, students who are, you know, going into medicine, but they're training themselves to, like, study for 12 hours or 16 hours a day. And that's not healthy. So it's a little ironic that they're going into a profession where they have to be healthy so that they can care for people who aren't healthy, if that makes sense. So I was just thinking about that earlier this morning and having a discussion with the community, you know, and the people that were here. How do I define a healthy study session? A session in which you're purposefully focused and engaged in the content that you're working through. Because the moment that you are tired and exhausted you are no longer you are just no longer focused on that subject, and therefore staying up, for hours on end, just to kind of prove to yourself that you studied, isn't really studying. It's just hurting you. It's hurting you in the long run. So defining it, I would say a healthy study session is one where you're purposefully engaged in the content for however long that is. Now, there could be an argument for those who say that, well, you don't understand, Pax. I have to study for this test. It's coming up, and I gotta put in 10 hours worth of study time. I can understand that, that mindset. I would still, to your face, respectfully, I would say, I think you're misguided if you think that studying for 10 hours is going to actually help you succeed on a test. As a matter of fact, I think you can do what you would in 10 hours in 2 hours, studying purposefully and focused, versus 10 hours where you are supposedly focused and studying, but then your retention level is shorter as the hours go by. Just logically speaking, like, the more you're studying throughout the day, the less you're retaining, because your body and your mind is just exhausted. Now, if you build up a tolerance for doing 12 hours, straight, or 10 hours straight, whatever, even 8 hours, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're retaining anything. It just means that you're able to physically keep up at that level, not mentally, but physically. Of course, this is just an opinion of just a person who's in education, observing students drive themselves crazy with the amount of homework that they have, because the key word is time management. They have no idea how to do time management at a little, how do I put it? At a level, like, for instance, elementary school students, they have no idea how to do time management. That's why they have parents to help them through that. And I totally understand also, though, how there is too much homework out there. That's why I wrote a paper about this, dissertation about this. There's so much homework out there that it's driving our students crazy, literally. It's causing them to go into depression. It's causing them to go into panic attacks and generalized anxiety, things like that. And that is not healthy. In society, I think there needs to be unfortunately, with this year, we've seen how everything has slowed down because it was forced to. It was forced to, and I think that was a blessing in disguise. So that's what I think. Excuse me. Yeah, so like what Scoob said, I'm essentially resetting my clock, early rising for more sessions. So early in the morning, just right now, because I'm able to, from 5 to 7 a.m., or should I say from 5 to like about 9 a.m., something like that. So I'm essentially doing 4 50-minute Pomodoros starting at 5 a.m. But the moment I go back to work, it's just going to be back to 2 50-minute Pomodoros early at 5 a.m. Not every day, just every other day maybe, or maybe twice a week, something like that. And then at nighttime is when I might revert back to the either 2 50-minute Pomodoros or 4 50-minute Pomodoros. And I think it's because it also depends on how much I have to, get accomplished. And like I've already told you guys, I mean, there's 5 different tests that I have to study for with no like test date coming up. And then I also have this curriculum that I'm basically building from scratch. which I'm really excited about. But at the same time, it's just, it's just a lot of work ahead of me. So I'm taking it one step at a time. Being in front of a screen for that amount of time, that's also there's an issue called CVS. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but it's computer vision syndrome, and I actually have that, where I can't be at a computer desk for more than like 4 or 5 hours, and I have just regular reading glasses, but I need to basically, cough up the money for blocker or whatever you call them glasses. Nurses, doctors often do 12 24-hour shifts sometimes. Wouldn't studying for 12 10 hours a day prepare you for that? No, it wouldn't. At least I don't think so. I think what would prepare you for that is a healthy mind that is alert and just ready to go, and when you need sleep, you need sleep. I understand the 24 hours. Those are, again, and maybe this is another issue within the medical field, but there are doctors that are needed. There are nurses that are needed, especially now, more than ever. And these doctors are pulling 24-hour shifts because of low staffing, and from a business standpoint, that's why we're at the place that we're at, is because from a business standpoint, hospitals are going to do whatever they can to get enough money so that they can not only pay their employees, but, they want to be able to make some money. They want to have a good, hospital. And sometimes that means cutting on staff, so that staff members do have to pull double shifts or even triple shifts. I don't know what that looks like, but I've heard of it. You are right. Well, I mean, again, this is just my opinion on it. I mean, there are pros and cons. I get it. People in the medical field, like, I'm not saying like that there's a easy fix to this, because there isn't. But I think there needs to be discussions, essentially, about how people are being on a go schedule, and that's leading them into adverse effects from, being constantly working 24 hours shifts or 12-hour shifts. I think studying and being up on your feet and working with staff members and, being there in real time is it's a very different type of work. And it's actually probably not healthy to be sitting on at a desk for, like I said, more than even 6 hours. That's a long time. And she realized she had to force her. Oh, one of your mentors was telling you how, or when she took that overstudy mentality and carried it over into her work, she had burnout. There may be some people out there who can do that, but in a general sense, in my opinion, that's just not how our bodies or our brains function. We just don't function that way. We don't function in a healthy way when we do that. Burnout is a real issue, and I think it happens quite often everywhere. I feel it really depends on how you bring balance into your life, and I would agree with that. Debs, I would totally agree with that. I think it's important, the key word being balance. I think that's 100% accurate. You have to learn how to say no to things, and I'm referring to this more in a general sense, really. you have to be able to say no to things and prioritize the things that you do need to say yes to. There's a book by Andy Stanley. It's called Choosing to Cheat. I highly recommend that you guys look that up because the concept behind it is, what do I need to actually prioritize in my life? Family, work, school, whatever it may be. And then what are some things that I'm saying yes to that I should be saying no to? How do I balance all of that in my life? And for some of you, because in this community specifically, there is such a high demand on your time when it comes to like the amounts of homework that you have to complete. Guys, I mean, I trust me, I get it. There's so much homework that you have to do, but a lot could be done if we manage our time correctly. And I say we because I'm in it with you. Sometimes actually, a lot of the time, I don't know how to manage my time, and I fall back on homework, unfortunately. So then I have to catch up, and then I'm forced with 10-hour study sessions, and really that's not helping anyone, including myself. I'm no good to anybody, including myself. Oh, hey, Ella, how's it going? I can see people working 10 hours a day for 4 days and then relax for 3 days, for example, and it could work for them. Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, remember, assuming that at least there's one day out of the week that you really take time for yourself to get some rest, then, I don't see that being too much of an issue. If it was every day, 10 hours a day with no breaks, I mean, I don't think that would work. And yes, everybody's balance may look different because there's some people who are able to do more and some others who can't do as much. So I would say that, yeah, there's truth to that as well. I'm just trying to see many signs. I personally can only study well for a max of 6 hours, I think. More than that, I'm not really focused. So I'm not saying necessarily either that if you study for 7 hours, you can't retain anything. I'm saying you're retaining less, if that makes sense. So to have a truly beneficial study session, I would probably push no more than 4 hours. Now that's how I view things, because coming from the mindset of a full-time employee and then also full-time student, I mean, that's a lot. I have to do a lot throughout the day. Where am I going to find the time to do 8 hours and then another 8 hours? That seems insurmountable. And then again, the key word being balance. What am I prioritizing? There it is. The school I used to work at didn't have homework until 3rd grade. I think that's a good idea. Actually, did you guys know, like in 1901 in California, there was districts in I think Northern California that were basically pushing for no homework up until the age of 15. And for years, students didn't have homework because all these students had other things that they had to attend to after school. Like, for instance, if you're the oldest in the family, you have to take care of your siblings. You also had to take care of, the shops that your mom and dad were running. Or, these are kids who basically had to work right after school. A lot of that hasn't really changed, actually. There's a lot of students out there in a different way, however, because there's more opportunities out there, who do extracurricular activities, but they don't have the chance to have family time. They don't have the chance to decompress as much. They have to, hit the books again. it's a lot of work. They did a study over 3 years time and the kids' grades improved. I mean, I've seen the statistics when there's no homework, and I've also seen the statistics when there is homework, and both have good stats, but but remember, when we're talking about stats, we're also talking about people. And the benefit that I see more is the ones that have less homework, because their way of life has been improved. The students who have more homework, man, they are stress freaks, and they are like burning it on both ends, and yet, they're getting straight A's and whatnot. And it's sad, because then the adverse effects, the negative effects of what happens when they get to that place it's sad. It's sad. Makes sense. I mean, first graders' homework should be to play Discovery through play. Yeah. I mean, I think so. Pax, do you feel like waking up earlier is affecting your mood positive? Yeah. Yes, of course it is. I feel much better waking up early in the morning than I do staying up at night, thinking that I have all this time to think through exactly how I'm going to do my schedule, how I'm going to study, how I can actually work on some projects that are not school related, but then I oversleep, and I miss like most of the day the next day, and I've noticed that my mood is actually worse. It's more negative than it is positive. But when I wake up when the sun rises, I'm like, wow, this feels good. Yeah, I feel good. I'll give you an example. My uncle, he is unfortunately, he passed away about like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. Wow, I can't believe it's been that long, actually. And he was working the night shift. He worked the night shift for years, and unfortunately was not ever able to function normally again when he was off the night shift. It really messes you up. It messes you up when you're staying up up until 4 or 5 in the morning doing homework, or doing some fun gaming or some fun project. It really messes you up in the long run, in my opinion. So waking up earlier, I think there's just so many more benefits, because you're able to, and it's early in the morning where, some people, they're still asleep. You have that opportunity to just kind of like be at peace a little bit. You're able to still do this, essentially the same things that you would at nighttime, you're able to do early in the morning, with no distractions, or at least less distractions, hopefully. And then you have the rest of the day to attend to family matters, friends, Family Matters TV show. Anyways, so you have all that. You just have more time to do stuff throughout the day, and I think you feel more, happy, I guess, is one word. I guess we can share you with the morning folks a bit more until the new year. Yeah, see, exactly, like until the new year, because then once I go back to work, it's, we're gonna be kind of reversing a little bit. Blue blocker glasses, thank you. I bought some good ones on Amazon. Oh, I gotta definitely get some. Yes, I vouch for that. They have prescription blue filter glasses too. I just kind of like imagined how you were saying it, Magic and Fozzie Bear show. Like, yes, we need to have discussions. Exactly. We need to recognize as a society that we are literally teaching our kids that burnout is okay, and it's not. It's not okay. So yeah, that's yeah, balance. That's the key word. I agree 100%, and teaching them to spend a lot of time on screens, especially now with online classes everywhere. Yeah, like I mean, I've actually told a couple of my students when I was teaching uh my ideas about homework. I was like, does it make sense to you? Like, so maybe you guys don't know this, but adults are always encouraged. They're encouraged by their bosses, right? If you work at a place, and this was before the whole shutdown stuff, um, but if you're working at a place where, you know, your, let's say your mom or your dad, they have this job and their boss is telling them, hey, you know what, when you're here, you work hard, you do the work that you're supposed to do, but when you go home, don't take work home with you. Spend time with your family, decompress, get your rest, enjoy the night, or enjoy the, you know, the opportunity that you have to spend with them, or on your own, whatever. And then when you come back to work, work hard and do it all over again, but don't take it home. So if we're telling that to our adults, if we're telling that to our employees, why are we telling students, hey, you have to work hard when you're here at school, but you also have to work hard taking that home with you, working on it for hours on end, because, well, you just have to do it, you know? So, I mean, I can keep going, guys. There's so many different arguments that I have for the case of no homework, but if you read my dissertation, and it seems like I'm saying, we should have no homework, but at the end of the day, I'm saying no, we need to have balance. However, if teachers don't understand why they're giving out homework, then of course we shouldn't be giving out homework. They should be able to define what homework is in 3 words or less. Homework is practice. But they can't do homework if they don't understand the content. And unfortunately, too many teachers, in my opinion, being in the profession, seeing other teachers work, unfortunately, especially first year teachers, are trying to prepare their students for state testing. And that's the problem. They're trying to prepare students for state testing. So they're like, okay, well, we just got to mow through all the work. But there's so many questions that kids have, they don't understand the content, and then that's where you have after school tutors, you have homework, especially with kids who have IEPs or RTIs. It takes them longer to complete homework, so less time for family, less time for friends, and in the long run, I think it's hurting everybody, and it's more stress for everybody too. Teaching, yeah, I see what you mean. Have I read Atomic Habits? No, but I am gonna write that down. Atomic Habits. Yes, the idea of gradual changes over time, right? Yes, the idea of gradual changes over time. That's my goal this semester, to manage my time better. Honestly, that's been my goal every year, is learning better time management, because I'm 35 years old. I'm a working professional, an educator. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I still, every now and then, I mismanage my time. Why? Because every now and then I want to actually do stuff that allows me to decompress, and then unfortunately I take that too far, and then I don't attend to the things that I'm supposed to be doing, and then balancing that, so then I have to play catch up all the time. Linus. And savor the goals. Yeah. Dang, Debs. You've been working since you were 12. That's crazy. I mean, well, then again, yeah, that makes sense. I've been doing that too. Nikhil, hey, how's it going? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for hanging out. We were going to go into a second Pomodoro, but we kind of got into discussion and conversation. So, which we're still going to do the 50-minute Pomodoro, guys. For me personally, I love these discussions. I love this opportunity to talk about this stuff. So, okay, y'all. I'm stepping away to make a cup of Java. Don't be judging me. Okay, I don't want nobody to be judging me. I force myself to get up early no matter what time I go to bed, because otherwise it becomes harder to get back on my usual morning routine. Absolutely. I agree with that. It's really difficult. I'll give you an example. During the pandemic, did I say it too loud? I might get like flagged. Anyways, during this time, I had my older sister and my parents. They were basically helping me stay up on certain days because I stayed up too late to the point where I wasn't able to go to bed. And that happened to me a couple times in the summer. So they basically said, okay, well, don't go to bed now, because if you go to bed now, you're going to sleep throughout the whole day and then you're going to be up all night. So unfortunately that did happen. And this was early in the summer, actually. So my sister, she said, okay, I'm going to bug you pretty much all day so that you can reset your clock. And guys, it was really hard. Like, I noticed that the older you get, the harder it is. So definitely building those habits, like what you're saying, Debs, where doesn't matter what time you go to bed, you have to wake up early. I totally agree that you have to stay with that same schedule. But the thing that needs to be worked on, as we can all agree, is being able to go to bed at a good, reasonable hour. And that's not, it's easier said than done, I think, for some people, including myself. No, tease. It's brewing. It smells divine. Actually, you guys are just really inspiring me to super focus tonight and get stuff done. So the coffee is a little motivator. Nice. Love atomic habits, micro habits on top of existing habits. So good. I wrote that down, so I'm gonna look into that. I've been such a great. It has been such a great read for me this year. Okay. I think I'm gonna read that over the summer. It's been on my list for a while. I think these conversations are important, especially at a time where we can't really discuss much with other people. I would agree. Okay, well, that was fun. And I finally caught up in the chat. Guys, thank you so much for engaging in conversation, because that is those things I really do like to talk about, is things that are happening in education, in the medical field. As even though I'm not in medicine or anything like that, I am an observer, and I think what I've noticed is that we have it all backwards. People who are in the medical field, they're being trained with the mentality of, you studied this amount of time, these are the results you get. And I think that's backwards. I think you can get just as good results studying half the time that people are, I think differently. At the end of the day, I think differently. I think the society's built up a way to say what you should be doing, when really I think society has it backwards. I've always thought that, actually. Okay, cool. We're going to go into a second session right now of 50 minutes. Let me fix this here. Is it still glitchy? I feel like it's really super glitchy. I mean, it's not anything I can help right now, unfortunately, but okay. Here. Oh, that's perfect. Because I have Audible. It doesn't seem glitchy. Okay, well that's good. It's super glitchy on my end, but as long as it's not glitchy for you guys, I love that. Yeah, so I have Audible Scoobs, so that's perfect. I have like 6 credits still. So Atomic Habits on the free public library app. Okay, you just have to get your library card and ask them to give the pin for the app they use. I listen to so many free books. Oh, yeah, that's great. Well, I mean, I have some time, so I can definitely read it. Okay. Oh, love you guys. Gonna step away and keep working. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Glad I made it for at least one morning sesh. Awesome. Okay, guys, we are gonna transition right now to the 50-minute Pomodoro, and let me just unclick that. And oh, wrong one. Ooh, hello, glitchy. Ah, there we go. Okay, guys, definitely, put whatever mobile devices you have around you away, and unless you really need it, but put it away. Let's focus on what we're supposed to do. Let's encourage each other in the chat as well. We got this, guys. Last 50 minutes, let's focus. Let's stay productive. And here we go. All right, everybody, we are back, and let me know in the chat how you did in the last 50 minutes. And for those of you who might be joining just now or during the 50-minute Pomodoro, just as a reminder, I will be back tomorrow at 5 a.m. in the morning, and then also live streaming tomorrow at 6:05 p.m. because I think Hey Archer is actually going to be, excuse me, I think he's going to be live streaming tomorrow, so I'm going to catch his live stream, and then I'll be live streaming like just 5 minutes past 6. So, hey Debs, thank you for the session. I'm going to go get something to eat as the hunger was distracting me, but I finished the chapter. Awesome. And I was working on nonetheless. Hugs, hashtag the Pax family. Love it. I have made so much progress in the last 2 days. I found a stopping point. Oh man. Okay, guys. So don't forget, I will be back tomorrow, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. And you know, that's Pacific Daytime, of course. And I will also be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. But of course, you know what time it is, right? Yes. Linus looks like he's ready to go get some food, get some dinner, because he hasn't had dinner. I know I'm ready to get some dinner, and I gotta be honest. Chick-fil-A sounds pretty bomb right now. And yes, I just said bomb. Some good Instagram clips are going to be up on my stories, so follow me at Paximus Enterprises. You can also check out my merch at PaximusEnterprises.com. Here we go. Hadouken!